Today I woke up and I was like, you know what? I want to make this video. I'm sick and tired of WWE putting out bad show after bad show after bad show. Look, I want to be positive about this stuff. I want to love this stuff. I love wrestling. For me, for entertainment, number one, wrestling. Number two, Star Wars. Number three, Marvel. And then like DC. And then after that, it's just like general movies, you know? Wrestling and movies are my favorite entertainment. I love wrestling. I love movies. I love Star Wars. I love Marvel. I've recently started to actually go to the Marvel movies again in the cinemas. But that's a video for another day. But today, I want to focus on WWE. WWE has been consistently putting out bad shows. It's been consistent bad shows, not consistent good shows. Their shows have been terrible. Like, today in this video, I'm going to be addressing each little problem which I think WWE is not booking right as of right now. That's what I'm basically going to be doing in this video. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be around 10 minutes long. It's not going to be like the greatest looking video ever, you know. I'm not going to edit it with a bunch of images. I'm basically just going to use my figures to show what I think that I'm going to, I'm going to use my figures. Let's just get into it. But before I do get into the video, I just want to say a few things about the channel. I haven't really been sure what to make as of content. And not only that, I was busy with some other things outside of my channel. Personal life things, I guess. You know, like, I was just busy. I was busy with life, you know? I was just busy. Anyways, yeah. So, yeah. Videos going forward, I want to do this one. I want to do some kind of match. I'm kind of in the mood to do, like, some figure match. You know, I haven't done one in so long where I'd like, you know what? I'll make one of them. A collection video. I might do an updated collection video on my whole collection, which would be a long video. So, if you want to see that, comment down below if you want to see that. But, yeah, let's get into this video. And there might be some other ones that I want to make. So, yeah, let's get into it. Okay, this is not normally the tripod I use. I can't find the one that I normally use, but I'll just have to use this one for now. Alright, let's just get into it. Like I said, it's not going to look the greatest, but it's basically me just talking about WWE. Right, John Cena. John Cena's title reign, in my opinion, his last run as well, has been pretty bad. Consistently, overall, this title reign, this last run, has not been very good. Let me start off by saying they turned him heel just for Mania hype. The only reason he ever turned heel was to build hype around WrestleMania. That is the only reason they turned John Cena heel. There was no other reason why. And you know why else he kept the merch? Because they probably had it pre-planned. All this merch that they had, they didn't know they were going to turn him heel. This was never planned out. They just thought, you know what? We're turning Cena heel to get some Mania hype. So that's what they went, and that's what they did. That is exactly what WWE did. You cannot tell me they didn't, because also, he may have changed his merch if they planned this, I don't know, but they probably had merch made that they wanted to sell for like his final farewell tour. Every single city has new merch. You get what I mean. Anyways, the last run has not been very good. His match with Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania sucked. His match with Orton was good. His match with Truth sucked. You know why? Because, one, it wasn't for the title, which was a bit stupid in my opinion. I don't know why you couldn't have just gave R-Truth a title opportunity and you could have actually made something out of it. Or if you're not going to do it for a title, then have them wrestle a long match to where it feels like R-Truth can actually win because it's not for the title. You could have had this match go for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That would have been fine. But this match went for about 5 minutes, which was a joke. Never got to review Saturday Night's Main Event, so I'll just talk about it a little bit here. That match sucked. It was terrible. I was not a fan of that match at all. Anyways, moving on now, we are building towards a tag team match between Logan Paul and John Cena taking on Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. Now, this is where I add in Jey Uso into this video, because I don't think that his title reign has been the best either. So we're going to now have John Cena do a tag team match at Money in the Bank. Another one of these tag team matches that no one cares about. All it is just a good match. Oh, you know what? That match was just a good match. That was it. All these tag team matches are just okay matches. Where this one could be actually one of the ones that's on the bad side of things. I don't even know if this match will be good, to be honest. Last year we had the Bloodline take on Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and I think it was Sami Zayn. And the match sucked. The match was terrible. We've had so many of these matches, and that was the main event of Money in the Bank last year. We've had so many of these matches where they're just trash, and then after that tag team match, he has Night of Champions, which I think he'll be at, Cena, and he'll probably defend his title there. Then he might defend it at Saturday Night's Main Event if he's at that. Those shows are normally trash though, so you never know, he might not even be at it. And then the next show after that is SummerSlam, and then he early loses to Cody Rhodes, and it's so predictable. So every single title defense that Cena has until he faces Cody Rhodes is like, yeah, you know he's not losing it because Cody Rhodes is beating him. He's just holding it until Cody can beat him again. It's just, or can beat him. He hasn't beat him, but you know what I mean. You get what I'm saying. Like, the predictability is just so boring for WWE right now. Oh, you know what? John Cena, he's losing to Cody Rhodes. I honestly hope that he doesn't lose to Cody Rhodes so they can actually do something unpredictable for once where it's like, oh yeah, you know what? I didn't see that coming. I love Cody Rhodes. I think his title reign sucked. I thought his booking was awful. I thought he got given one of the worst title reigns that I've seen since I've been watching. Yeah, just awful stuff. He gets his first opponent where you actually think the opponent can win. He loses, which is against Cena. And now they're probably just going to give it back to him. The booking is just a mess between Cena. Have not been the biggest fan of his last run. And it looks like his last title reign is going to end at SummerSlam. And people will look back on this title reign and they'll be like, yeah, that was a bad title reign. That wasn't good. The heel Cena run has been terrible and was not worth it. And I think that they're going to turn him face at SummerSlam. Overall, this last Cena run has not been it. We're going to move on to Jey Uso because I have a few more things that I want to mention about WWE that has not been the greatest other than Cena. Alright, moving on to Jey Uso. Yet again, same thing with Jey Uso. It feels like he's just holding this title to probably lose it to Seth Rollins. I think he'll probably lose it to Seth Rollins. Gunther, he'll beat Gunther. Someone could cash in on him there. But let me say, right? So, Jey Uso, all he does is yeet. He doesn't do anything else other than say the word yeet. And they only ever give him a good promo if it's personal. Jey Uso, all he does is yeet. They don't do anything else with him. When he got the title is when you take that yeet back and you actually show the haters and the Jey fans and everything. Oh my God. Alright, anyways. So, basically they just have Jey Uso yeet when everyone that hates on Jey Uso, it kind of like almost is acceptable if you hate on the way he doesn't do anything. Like, if you say he doesn't do anything, that's facts, because WWE does nothing with him. How does WWE expect anyone to be, like, any fans of wrestling to become a new fan of Jey Uso? Like, the only fans that Jey Uso has is his dedicated fans that have been fans for him for years now. The haters on Jey, maybe WWE could try to prove them wrong and actually do something with Jey, but WWE just doesn't do that. All they have him do is yeet. His title reign is probably going to end in like the next few months. I don't see him having the title for long, and he's probably going to end up losing it to Seth Rollins with Seth Rollins' new trash group. Where this is my next point of the video, that Seth Rollins' new group has been an absolute failure as where it stands right now. I don't know. This group just has not been entertaining. They're making Seth Rollins' character way worse. Let's get Seth Rollins in the ring. Seth Rollins is a coward now. A coward heel that hides behind Braun Breaker, hides behind Bronson Reed. I don't even know if Bronson Reed really fits this group that well, to be honest with you. It looks like Braun Breaker as well might just be getting the even worse booking now. He's just Seth Rollins' lackey. Like, is Braun Breaker even going to do anything good now in this group? Like, is this even going to do anything good for Braun Breaker's career? But anyways, I don't know. Bronson Reed, I don't know if he really fits this group. I don't know if he really, like, looks good next to Seth and Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker. I don't know if it really fits the group. I don't think I would have added Bronson Reed into this group. I love Bronson Reed. I think he's great. I think that Bronson Reed can be good for WWE. I think he can be successful if they use him right. Hopefully this does end up being good, but all I see for this right now, and it's probably not going to be the best. I think it's probably going to be like boring and just mid and just underwhelming, is going to be that Rollins gets the world title and Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker get the tag titles, which I don't think anyone wants to see this happen. Like, they're going to treat this as like, oh, the new Shield, the new Bloodline. I don't know. It just has not had that effect so far at all, in my opinion. Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins as well has not been the greatest. Paul turning on Roman and Punk for like, what reason? Like, Roman Reigns, yeah, maybe he did treat him bad. Punk really didn't do anything to him. They said, oh, he put him in a difficult position, which was a lot of crap. But like, I don't know. The logic here, this isn't the greatest either. Bronson Reed was literally attacking Seth Rollins not so long ago, and I guess they just said, oh, you know what, Seth Rollins seen potential in this guy, so yeah, you know what, we're adding him into the group, which makes somewhat sense. But so far, I just have not been a fan of this group. I honestly thought that this was going to make Seth better when he went with Paul Heyman, because I thought, you know what, maybe I'll give it a chance, maybe it will change Seth Rollins a bit, but it's honestly just made his character worse. This has made Seth Rollins worse. He's got more annoying. He's now a coward heel. At least when he was a face, he actually, he was believable. He's still believable now, but he's just a coward who hides behind two big guys. So yeah, I don't know. Just not the greatest for this group. I really hope that Rollins does not win Money in the Bank, and WWE needs to start picking it up with this group. But I honestly do not see this group being what would I say? It'll be successful, but I don't think people will like this group. It'll be a failure in a way for the viewers, for the fans. I don't think the people will like this group, and I don't think I will like this group, to be honest with you. The next thing that I'm just going to talk about really quickly, WWE has way too many pay-per-views. There's just way too many shows that are just crammed into each other. There's no quantity over quality. It's all just or quality over quantity. It's like literally none of that. It's just all pay-per-view after pay-per-view after pay-per-view after pay-per-view, show after show after show. There's no build for any of these shows. It just all goes into one big mess of a pay-per-view, and it's just a bad show overall. Like, the storytelling has just not been there. There's just hardly any stories anymore. There's hardly any depth to anything. There's nothing that makes you want to watch next week about WWE right now. There's nothing that makes me want to go, oh, you know what, I'll watch it. The only reason I'm watching it is because it's their shows. Some of their shows have been alright. The things that I will give credit to is the tag division on SmackDown has been good. Solo Sikoa has been entertaining with Jacob Fatu and JC Mateo. LA Knight hasn't been bad. Other than that, there's not many other things that I could say that I've been enjoying about WWE. John Cena, he's been a bit funny as a heel, but other than that, I think it's been pretty bad. Nothing much that I've really been finding, I don't know, entertaining or not. Nothing that I've liked outside of the things I named. Way too many shows. There's too many ads on their pay-per-views as well. There's more ads than wrestling on their shows. It's an absolute joke. Watch AEW, right? They have 10 matches on their pay-per-views. Their pay-per-views probably go for, I'd say, about 4 to 5 hours. But at least you only have a little bit of a build-up for the match. Then it's into the next match. Sometimes that can get a bit annoying. Sometimes you want a bit of a break. I get that. But WWE just gives you way too long of a break, where it's just so many ads and less wrestling. It's just an absolute joke. They need to do more what AEW does, where they just go straight into the next match. Cut a lot of the ads. I don't mind like 1 or 2 breaks during the show, but there's like 5 or 6 with WWE, and I'm sick of the ads. The sponsorships as well. I don't really care about the sponsorships on the ring. It is what it is. But like at WrestleMania, like every match is sponsored. Even at their normal pay-per-views, almost every match has a sponsor to it, which can get a bit annoying. I don't know. I'm not really the biggest fan of that. I hope that Money in the Bank is good. I'm thinking if there's anything else I want to say last minute about WWE. The women's division has not been the greatest. We've mainly just been building towards Money in the Bank for the women's division, so neither of the champs are doing a whole lot right now. Io Sky isn't doing a whole lot, and neither with Tiffany Stratton, which I don't really think they have much to do other than just, sit around, I guess.
waiting for Money in the Bank to be over, so then maybe they can do something. But they could still have them defend their titles at Money in the Bank, or they could just have them defend their titles on Raw or SmackDown. So I don't know. Maybe that is also a negative that their champs haven't really been doing anything. I can't even tell you the last thing that either of them did. Tiffany Stratton had like a backstage segment with Naomi. That was it. And then Io Sky, I don't even know what Io Sky did on Raw. They just don't do anything with these champs anymore. The mid-cards for the women's division has sucked, in my opinion. Becky and Lyra, I just have not been... That feud has been terrible. I've not been enjoying that at all. Chelsea Green, Zelina Vega has been ongoing now since they first introduced that title, and it absolutely sucks, and I'm absolutely sick of it. I do not want to see this story on my TV anymore. Get this off my TV. This is trash. Jacob Fatu has been doing a good job as the United States title. It's a little slow, but I'll at least say his stuff with Solo has been entertaining. He just needs to start doing a little more. And they need to just break up the whole Solo and Jacob thing now. Money in the Bank, I think Jacob should cost Solo the Money in the Bank match. Just take Solo out already, Jacob. Like, come on. Who's the Intercontinental Champion right now? I literally totally forgot who even has that title. Oh, Dominic. I don't mind Dominic. I think Dominic's been entertaining. I think Dominic's fun. I like Dominic. And his involvement with the Judgment Day. There's another positive thing. The Judgment Day are always very entertaining. They've been entertaining on Raw. I can't really think of anything else that has been any good on Raw other than the triple threat qualifier matches, which have been alright. The Wyatt Six are back now, so hopefully they'll start to pick up things, but it has been very slow with them. As like always, they've literally been back for 2 weeks. Last week they did a brawl. This week they did a brawl, and they basically just said they won't stop until they get what they want. And then that's it. So the Wyatt Six as well, very slow. WWE needs to improve on most of the things that I said. If there is anything that I forgot, let me know. One other thing that I don't like the WWE does is, I've said this numerous times now, I don't like the way they push a talent for a while and then they're just become a jobber, or they just won't be on TV after that. Like, I hate the way WWE does that. They do that with every new up-and-comer guy. Penta, he'll probably end up being a bit like that. He might not be a jobber, but he won't be on TV as much. Ray Phoenix, Fraxium, looking pretty deadly. They were winning every week against Brawling Brutes. They had a title match. They were actually consistently winning matches and were on TV. Now they're not on TV. That's just one example of many others that WWE pushed for a while and then they just cut the push. I hate the way WWE does that. Also, they need to push Karrion Kross. Do not let Karrion Kross go, because I think Karrion Kross can be a top star from them. And I will not be surprised if Karrion Kross gets let go. He goes over to AEW and the WWE will be like, yeah, you know what? We missed out on this guy. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. My Phone Figures out.